Hey everyone, appreciate you all being here at USA Crypto Group for this AMA session. We have a project called QuDefi with us. This is the second AMA with us. The mission is to connect individuals with large financial institutions through advanced AI-driven trading software, as well as to provide you financial freedom. So with that being said, I'd like to welcome Ash and Dex from the team. Pleasure to have you guys back. You can start out introducing yourself, talking about your team, and giving us a bit of insight into your background experience.
Great, thanks for having us back. It's a pleasure. I think we spoke to you guys maybe a few weeks back around about the 6th of July. We'd been launched a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks then. So very early doors, trying to get the projects out there, get the name out there and try and tell people what we're doing and what we're trying to achieve. So my name's Lee Davies. We've recently doxed a few members of our team, me being one of them, hence why I'm on the camera. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer for QuDefi. We've also doxed our CEO and COO. It's been an exciting few weeks and there's a lot that's gone on. Myself, I've had a background in crypto since 2017, mainly around the NFT marketplaces, the NFT trading back and forth, and that big buzz that we had around there. You know, we went from the NFT space into the metaverse, back and forth through the ups and downs of the industry. I've been there for the lows, I've been there for the highs, and I've learned a lot along the way that's helped us and the team that we've got behind QuDefi to build something that's pretty unique and pretty robust. So it's been an exciting journey. There's a lot happened in the past 6 weeks since we've been launched. There's a hell of a lot happened in the past 3 weeks since we last spoke. And it's been exciting. It's been challenging. We've worked a hell of a lot of hours, but we've built upon what we created and we've gone forward with it. So it's been really, really good time. So looking forward to being back here with you guys today, taking you through what's happened since we last spoke and really what's on the roadmap, what's coming next. The team are on the call listening in. I'll be the only one talking today, but if you're a part of the community, if you're part of the Telegram, the socials, you'll know that very active team, very strong, very confident team, because what we've got, we all believe in thoroughly. So yeah, it is great. And there's a lot more to come. So it's great to take you all through this today.
Awesome. Thanks for the introduction there, Lee. And, you know, the last time we spoke, I remember vividly one thing that I was really impressed with you guys at the way you guys launched and how you guys have been funding the project, which is actually very unique, especially within the crypto space, right? So let's touch on that first, because I think that's actually very important, because I think that kind of tells the level of seriousness you guys are and the commitment to the project.
Yeah, absolutely. So a bit of a quick recap. I won't go too much into the whole setup from before, but just to give anyone that's hearing this the first time, we've funded this project solely from our own pockets, unlike a lot of other projects in crypto where they do private raises, pre-sales. We didn't want to do that. You know, this technology that we've built is something we have full confidence in. We know how good it is. We know how good it will be. And at the time, we thought, you know what, let's put our money where our mouths are and put our own money in the back end. So what we did is we put $500,000 into locked liquidity in Unicrypt, UNCX, and we launched. You know, we've been working on this for 10 years or so between us in the financial sector, working on different pieces, making sure this technology is the best out there. And we were confident in what we had. So we put our money in. We locked the liquidity and we launched, and it was good. It was a great feeling to know that we've backed this fully. You know, we didn't want to take that private money in. We didn't want to put the token, the project at risk of, you know, you can raise 2, 3, 4, 5 million in that private space, but you're always at risk then of a dump on the token, you know, because you have to fulfill your obligation to give the tokens to the private investors. So we didn't want to do that. We value our token more than anything. So we put all the funds up ourselves. We self-funded the marketing. We self-funded the technology. Everything we've built and everything we've given to the community, given to this project so far, has been through our own pockets, and that's how we plan to do that moving forward. So yeah, it's been an exciting journey. We started with a a faceless team while we concentrated on what we were doing, what we were getting right, making sure that we stabilized the project, stabilized the token, got to a point in time. Like I said at the start, we didn't really plan to dock so soon. There was a lot on the roadmap and we were going to go through that. And at a point in time when everything calmed down, when we were stable, we were going to slowly dox people in the team. But because of the support from the communities, because of how well it's gone and how we're soaring really in a market full of red, QuDefi seemed to be green along the way. Of course, there's been pullbacks, there's been you know, people taking their initial investments as you would expect, and it's quite natural. But the growth's been organic, and because of that, we've come to a point where we're ready to dock. So we're ready to start telling people our stories and introducing ourselves to the community. So yeah, and that's what's brought us here now, really.
Yeah, that's incredible that, you know, and that shows the level of commitment, right? And from the beginning with you guys, so you guys set out from day one to ensure that is the token has value for the investor and is fair. Therefore, you had to self-funding
Exactly.
yourself. You go to the private round. You didn't go to pre-sale because, like you mentioned, that you have to fill those applications, right? And there's a risk of people dumping on you.
Yeah.
And you guys did that. You guys protect the community, and I think that's really awesome from day one. The last time we spoke, 100%, you know, even myself, because we said, you know, because your core business model is for investors to get residual income through the revenue. And here we are,
Correct.
3 to 4x, 3 to 4x. Few weeks later,
Not only
incredible.
that, not only that. So when we said to everyone, look, when anyone sees anything that says trading, AI trading, this and this, everyone automatically jumps on and goes, right, trade. We'll give you our money. You trade it. Can you give us 10x? Can you give us 20x? What can you return to us trading? We don't do that. We created the best technology out there that is a risk management software and is an AI trading software. And it's all brought together with what we talk about, the Bridge API, which we spoke around before, which connects it all together. We lease that to big financial institutions and they pay us a good amount for that tech. That piece that we collect in from those institutions, that's what we use, and a percentage of that gets redistributed in USDT, I'll add, not in our stablecoin, not in our native token, because we, like I say, we value it. But a portion of our revenue that we bring in from leasing this technology is then distributed to our holders. And there's a lot of projects out there that do that, and you know, people will get $2 here, $3 there. Since launch, we've distributed over 80,000 in USDT to our holders. And our original plan was to do this on a monthly basis, but what we've been doing is doing it on a weekly basis. So since launch on 17th, 18th of June, apologies, I can't get the exact date, we've distributed over $80,000 worth of airdrops to our token holders. These token holders haven't had to stake. They haven't had to lock their tokens in. There's no other requirements other than buying and holding the token, and people have been reaping those rewards over the past 6 weeks. So when we came on the scene and said, we've got this tech, we're going to lease it, and we're going to pay people, well, we're going to share our revenue with people just for holding a token, there was probably a few rolled eyes, and probably, yeah, we've heard this before, but we deliver on what we say. And as you can see from the chart, from the hash, we can share all the hash, all the group. If you're in the group, you've seen those distribution drops. We mean what we say, and that's exactly what we've done since we last spoke.
Incredible. Now you touch on your API software, the software that you guys actually funded yourself, and I know it's been in the works for quite some time now. And I think that's the fundamental, your fundamental business model there is, you know, everything is through that API there, correct? Let's go in depth on that. What is this software, and how is that going? How many clients you have, etc.
Yeah, of course. So the software that we talk about, there's different revenue streams that fall within that space. Basically, what we did as a group of people that were in the space in the financial sector, we all, although we work for different companies, we all work within the same sort of circle, if you like, and you get to know each other, you get to speak, and it's quite a friendly community where, you know, everyone wants to help. And between us, we created or we were working on, what was a risk management software. So when you talk about trading, when you talk about all this sort of the piece, the best thing and the thing, the first and foremost, what you need to concentrate on is not losing money. So with our risk management software, we made sure that it was built to never ever lose. Once you can build something that never ever loses, you can work on actually making money. So first and foremost, we build something that doesn't lose. It never makes a loss, and then we work on top of that. So we're not trying to promise people stupid returns and say, oh, this, and this, and none of our clients expect that. But we created something that's robust, doesn't lose, and then on top of that, we sort of automatically created the AI trading software too, because we've already made sure it don't lose. So we've got the other side that goes this way that makes sure we can earn. We look, first and foremost, we're going to look at different things and supply this to different people, but and different institutions, but it didn't work. So because the only people that were making money were these smaller banks, these smaller institutions. So we came together and said, actually, why don't we introduce a token? In the crypto space, there's a lot of knowledge in the traditional finance space where we're sat between us, over 20 to 30 years worth of knowledge. We've built this solution. So let's release a token and let's build upon that. You know, we'd love to put this out to retail clients. We'd love to be regulated, but that process takes a hell of a lot of time and a hell of a lot of money. So in the meantime, while we're trying to get to that point, let's release a token. Let's lease our software to these institutions, and all the money that we get from that, we'll obviously take money to help us run the business and help us get to that point where we can be regulated. But also the token holders that put the faith in the project can also earn a passive income from that. So that's where we came to. We have numerous institutions leasing our tech. We'd love to go into a lot more detail on that, but obviously with NDA and data privacy, we can't go too much into that, but they are well-regarded financial institutions. We provide numerous things within our package to them. One is the risk management software. Two is the AI software. Is the bridge API. Each one of those pulls revenue stream into the business, things, and it's first self-explanatory. But when you think about the bridge API, a bridge API is something we could go and buy in from elsewhere, but they're expensive and lose the benefits of what bridge API actually does. If you think about technology, think of different people around. And Ben's is perfect. Is different islands, pieces of the bridge API is the bridges between islands. Cross between those, you pay a toll, and that what that translates to in the trading world is a percentage per volume traded through all of these different avenues. So we have the leasing of the risk management, the leasing of the trading. We also have that volume piece, that because everything's going through the bridge API. All of this tech, although available to the financial institutions, isn't available to the holders. So that's where we need to, a lot of the time we had to clear up that is that, you know, you can't directly trade, we can't trade with your money, and all of the token holders funds that have been put into the project, they don't go anywhere. They sit there and they grow and they grow and they grow. We never use holders funds to do any of this. We don't trade. We just supply the tech to these big institutions that do trade. So it's pretty straightforward. I know that there's questions all around it, but we're really transparent. We're really clear. We've never tried to paint it as something it isn't. We've always been upfront with the people in the communities. There's a lot of projects out there that promise something different, but we haven't. We've been straight up, and up until now, that's been our main focus. Lease our packages out and share the revenue, part of the revenue, with our holders.
It seems like there are almost like 4 different revenue streams that investors are benefited from just by holding the token. Now, when you say that there's no staking, etc., so does that mean that I can just hold my tokens in my wallet and you guys will give that distribution proportionally based on my holding power? Is that correct?
Correct. So there's no requirement to hold, no requirement to lock in. One of our big statements that we make, and it's all over our socials and our website, is giving financial freedom to our holders. We don't want you to have to lock your tokens in. We don't want you to have to commit to staking for 2-3 months to earn a revenue. Just buy them, hold them, and you'll get airdropped at the minute on a weekly basis, again in USDT. It's as simple as that, almost not too simple. But as any of the community will tell you, it's that simple. And it gets to the point where people are trying to believe, and it's simpler because last we were talking about share app. So everyone buys, and there's a lot of questions that come into the community. Okay, I've got X amount of tokens. What will my revenue share be this week? And so on. What's the minimal amount of tokens you hold? Questions come around. So rather than just try and answer this community, we developed a rev share app. So when you go onto our rev share app, it shows you how you can earn up to the option to answer the amount of tokens you hold, and what by doing it will calculate you what your duty revenue share. It will also tell you if you don't have enough to earn from the revenue share, because at the minute it's a minimal holding that you have to meet to be able to take revenue. But it's really clear, it's really simple. You input a number, it tells you what you're expected to get at the end of that week and that period, whether it be week, month, or however. But it's really simple. So we listen to the community. We put a few things to the side because the revenue share app wasn't on the roadmap now, it was down the line. And we put a firepower money, our own money, into creating that for you, for the community. So we're trying to simplify this as we go along and make it as simple as possible for the holder, for new holders, for new community members that want to come in and see how we do it and what they can gain from it. We just want to make it as simple as possible, and that's what we've really tried to do in releasing the revenue share app and simplify that.
I love that. I love that. So investors are able to see what they can earn essentially on the app there. And I love the fact that you guys, they have the autonomy of the token, meaning that a lot of the projects now that you have to stake for a certain time frame, right? So here you guys do not require, there's no requirement of anything. If you hold the tokens, and it would calculate based on how much you hold, proportionally to how much you hold of the tokens.
Correct.
And up to date, you guys had paid $80,000, correct?
Over $80,000 in USDT in rewards. Like there's a big focus, and I keep talking about it. So we value our token massively. When we've done deals with exchanges, we're on 5 centralized exchanges, and we're obviously on Uniswap too. But those 5 exchanges that we've done deals with, a lot of the time they try to get a equal share or a percentage split of your token, which is QuDefi, and a stable coin like USDT to pay to join them. We've stayed well away from that. We've not partnered with these tokens. We've put more USDT into the deal than QuDefi. We stay well away from using QuDefi because we value the token. We don't want exchanges to throw us on the exchange and then a week later they dump all the tokens from the deal. We don't want that. We're protecting it as we go. So we've put more of our own funds into the mix to make sure that we that can't happen to us. So we put more USDT into the mix to protect ourselves, to protect the community, and protect the project.
And we see that from since day one with you guys, in funding everything that you guys ever done there. So that's props to you guys for doing that. All right, so to recap, you guys, that bridge API, which you guys rented out, you have the running costs, the maintenance.
No, we don't. Sorry to interrupt. We don't rent that out. People do. People hire or pay for or lease themselves bridge APIs to do that. We've built our own. So we built the risk management software, the trading software, and the bridge API. So we rely on no outside external help. Everything we have in house is built by us. And the experts that built it are still on the team. So we don't rely on anything externally to help us deliver what we do to our clients. So it's all in-house built.
All in-house built. What I mean, you guys lease the bridge API out.
Correct.
That's your source.
Yeah, in a package. Yeah, that's part of the package. Correct.
Then the trading software and the risk management software as well. Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
That.
So now based on this business model here, Lee. Now you guys have paid over $80,000 already, which is incredible. Now, based on this business model, I feel like the distribution of the payout is dependent on the growth of the project now. So what that leads to is that what is the plan going forward? How are you guys scaling this up to ensure that there's more investors coming in, there's more distribution going out?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, absolutely. So as the tokens has rose over the past 6 weeks, we haven't just rested on our laurels and gone, right, this token's going, let's sit back and watch. We've been spending more money. And I mean, when I say spending more money, I mean spending a lot more money. And that's fine. We don't mind that. We knew we'd had to commit to this. We put some money aside as a group, and we knew we'd have to put it into the project to make it successful. We put a lot of money into marketing, a lot of money into KOLs, and a lot of money into promoting the project. That's just from the marketing piece, that's just the promotion piece, getting the name out there, everyone getting to hear about QuDefi and spreading it far and wide. TikTok, Instagram, X, YouTube. We've hit every single avenue we could to try and build this up. This isn't a play for us to get the project up to a point where we can go, oh, we've got loads of team tokens, we'll sell. We've vested our team tokens for 6 months, completely vested. We can't really touch them. Even if we, after 6 months, did want to touch them, we'd still be running at a loss. We've put that much money into this project. It's long term. We're here for the long run. We're going to change the way that people look at crypto, people look at revenue share models and what comes next. But what we have done, when we're talking about how do we take it to the next step, yesterday we established our new fintech entity called QSoft, based off QuDefi. It's QSoft, which we have our headquarters here in Dubai, where I'm based at the minute. So we've created this entity, and we will be legally assigning ownership of our software to this entity, and this entity will then lease to our clients and also provide software to another entity which we created. So we have the token which sits here, and it keeps doing what it does, and the holders will still reap the benefits of revenue share. We've created our fintech entity in Dubai, which will take on the ownership of these lease agreements. But then what we also have done is we've started the application for a regulated entity, a Swiss regulated entity. So we're not just sitting on what we've got. We're taking it to the next level. This wasn't this soon in our roadmap. To be honest, it was a while down the line, but the token has gone 12x since we launched, and as a team we could see that it's going well. And you know what? Why would we hold back? Why would we delay some of the good stuff? So what we thought is it's gone well. We can see it's gone well, and we're gonna push for all the good things that we're gonna do down the line. So we have our entity which we created here for the fintech. We created our regulated entity in Switzerland. So when I say created, I should probably explain a bit more on that. There's two ways of doing it. You can start the application process and create your own regulated entity in a jurisdiction. It takes a lot of time. It's cheaper than acquiring one, but rather than taking a long time and saving ourselves some money, we've bought one. So we've acquired the regulated entity. Yes, it costs us a lot more money, but what it does, it accelerates what we're trying to deliver and what we're trying to do for the community. So we've picked all of these pieces up, and you might be wondering, what does that give us? What does a regulated entity give us? What that does give us gives the community is it allows us to engage the community and allow them to access the technology that we can only lease to the institutional clients at the moment. Due to regulation, we can't do that now. We'd love to be able to say, look, let's open up the tech to you guys, the holders, and you can start to try earn money through different avenues, but we can't. When we do get this regulation through, when it comes into play, it gives us the freedom to then offer a huge range of products to our holders, exclusively to certain holders, that they wouldn't usually get. So it really becomes this huge ecosystem, this complete ecosystem where you have the token, the fintech entity, and the regulated entity, and it all joins together to allow us to offer a huge range of investment products to the community. It really is something special that isn't really out there at the moment. There's a hell of a lot more detail in our Telegram. The white paper, we've released a new white paper yesterday, which is on the website, and we've updated the website. There's loads more detail in there on how this evolves into something huge. I can't go into all the details on the call, on the video, obviously, because we're going through the process, but there's a lot more detail in that white paper. So please do take a look if you get a chance.
Incredible. I remember vividly, that was actually one of the questions I asked, whether you guys will actually will bring this technology to your regular, ordinary investors here.
Mm-hmm.
And they talk about the regulations, or your team did talk about that, and here you are. You guys literally bought out an entity
Mm-hmm.
that you guys can bypass the time. And
Yeah.
I definitely understand the process, how long it would take to get that regulated, right? To get that approved.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great move. That's an amazing move. And I think that's probably why it shows on your chart there. Now, I did not know that. That's incredible.
Yeah. That's pretty new news. So we only really confirmed that yesterday and started talking about that the last night in one of our internal AMAs. So this is really the first opportunity that anyone external to the QuDefi Telegram has heard about it. We're over the moon with it. It's like, it's huge in the space, especially to move this quickly. It's unheard of. So yeah, we're going for it. And like I say, if you look into the white paper, I can't say a great deal, but looking into the white paper, you'll see it all. So please do go and have a look.
Yeah, so just to put that in perspective, so right now the team is leasing this technology out to institutions only, right, in the Web 2.
Correct.
So imagine if now, once they have everything structured, it looks like they bought out an entity that is regulated already. So meaning that now they're allowed to. Now I'm pretty sure there's some minor details that have to go through, but now they have an opportunity to literally allow regular users, investors, to use the same technology. Now what it does is that it opens up to a huge demographic, right? So in turns you have more revenue. In turns, you have more distribution or kicks back or earnings back to the investors. So that's huge. I think that's a big step.
Yeah, it's huge, especially in the space now. A lot of people overpromise and underdeliver. We've flipped on its head. We've not promised these things early, but we've brought them in quicker than we said we would. So, and that's just the whole ethos of QuDefi.
Now I can see why you guys are 100% docs now, because I think this is now from my perspective, and this is goal time now, right? There's no
Absolutely. The thing is that we're not here to replicate any of the projects that are out there. We don't want to copy anyone. We don't need to copy anyone. We're bringing something totally new. We're here to change the way people look at projects that do what projects that try to do what we're doing. We're here to change the game, not to just go along with it.
Yeah, very strategic, very strategic. Yeah, no, I love it. I think that's actually a big step there. Because a lot of people talk about getting the project regulated or to ensure regulations, it's within the framework there. But you guys understand. Like, you know what? Forget it. Let's bypass all this BS and just get to just buy out an entity that's already regulated. And so I think that's a huge move. I mean, incredible.
It's huge. Really, at this point, congratulations to the early buyers. At the early stages when we were sat at 1 million market cap on launch. Look at the changes now that they've come along on the journey with us. It's still early. We're only 6 weeks in. We've done 12x in 6 weeks. It's not a pump and dump. It's not gone up here, down here. It's been steady organic growth. So thank you to the people that have come on the journey, but we're still early. I'm not going to quote numbers, but you have to look at projects out there that have tried to do what we're doing and see the sort of market caps and prices to understand where we could be doing it the right way and what we're doing. So again, thank you.
Yeah, and the technology itself, right? And you mentioned that you guys had been developing this technology for a very long time. You guys put a lot of money, and it seems like it's proven. It's a proven technology.
Absolutely.
where we're heading to, especially the crypto space, everyone can benefit from this technology. I would love to test out this technology. USA Crypto Group here. I would love to be the first one.
Hmm.
100%. When you guys are ready, let me know, because it seems like everything you guys have done is very strategic since day one.
Yeah.
And I can tell that you guys came from a great business background, and that's how it should be. You really made sure that your token has value, and it was a fair launch to everyone, and nobody could dump on your token. That's incredible. Even the reflections, right, in USDT, not
Hmm.
not just coins, but USDT. So I think everything you guys done is very strategic to this point, and I can foresee that.
Thank you.
And there's bright future, and that's the reason why you guys are here doxing. And I think this is awesome.
100%. Yeah, absolutely. We're here for a long time. We've put a lot of work and effort to get us to where we are now. Years and years and years of effort has gone into the technology. We're now putting that effort into the project, and we're here for a long, long time. And we'll take everyone on that journey with us.
Awesome. So let's talk about the tokenomics and when it was launched, etc. The basic stuff that we kind of skipped there for a
Hmm.
bit. But could you kind of touch on that? It was a fair launch. Now, uh, just everyone is clear. Now we know what fair launch is, but you guys do not have any vesting tokens that surprise release token that our community should know about, correct?
No, correct. So the team wallets are vested for 6 months. Um, we have no surprise vesting. So, like I said at the start, we didn't have a private sale, pre-sale. That there's no big shocks that are going to pop up, and we say, "Oh, sorry, actually, there's 2 million worth of tokens that we raised off the back to help us launch." It was all self funded. So, yeah, no big surprises there. And like I say, if even after the team vesting schedule finishes, if we were to sell, we'd still be at a loss. We're not interested in that. We're here. This is going to the moon, and we're here to stick with it until it does. So there's no big surprises in there. 100 million total supply, 49% released to the public, and you've only have to look on Etherscan to see how that's going. So very fair, very transparent, and we're open to any questions on that. We're very happy to do so. We do have a buy and sell tax. A couple of reasons for that. First and foremost, we wanted to launch. We didn't want people to buy it, dump it. So we put a 1% buy, 2% sell tax in. Off the back of that, to be fair, we've been using that tax to buy the token back. So it's not for us to benefit. We're not taking it. We're not putting it to anything. We're buying the token back. So it was a protection at the start, and now we're using it to buy them tokens back, which the chart shows. So yeah, very transparent, very honest.
Okay, awesome. So 1% buy and 2% sell, and you guys are using that to buy back the token as well. Now I'm looking at your
Correct.
chart here. So currently we're sitting at 11.73, which is
Mm-hmm.
incredible. I mean, especially
Mm-hmm.
given the volatility of the market lately, right? And you
Mm-hmm.
guys, your trajectory just up and up and up, and which is incredible to see. Now the LP, this is one of the most healthiest LP I have seen. Let's talk about
Mm-hmm.
that and why people should not worry, because there's a misconception now that, oh, your LP is too thick, you cannot move the chart, etc. What
Yeah.
is your take on that there, Lee?
Yeah, that's a take that people have, but you can see by the chart, it moves. The reason we've got such a healthy LP is because we locked our liquidity in at the start. That was a piece of confidence from us, but also to build trust in the community. But when people worry about a chart not moving that quick, what people have to remember is it also doesn't move that quick down. So it protects the token holder. No one can dump on us. We've locked our initial liquidity in, and that pool is locked and healthy, but there's no chance of dumping. It won't go like that overnight. Of course it won't. We don't want it to. We want it to organically grow, but also it won't go the other way either. So any worry that you have around that from seeing a chunky, healthy liquidity pool, just remember that it will not go down. It will not shoot down. We're protecting the holders. My take on that is just, feel safe. You can go to bed and wake up the next day and know that your investment is not going to be through the floor because it's healthy and it's stable.
100%. You know, and that's one of the biggest misconception out there is because of the big LP.
Yeah,
But with a big LP like that, right, it allows wells to come in and come out, which is crucial,
of course.
right? Very
Yep.
crucial, very crucial. When you
Yeah,
trade a
absolutely.
stock,
hmm
yeah,
You only
you
have to
don't
look at
want
the
that
chart to see
volatility.
there's been how. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you there. You have to look at the chart to see there is whales that come in and out. There is whales that trade on the chart. They do well. They take their initials and it still keeps going up. And that's what that healthy liquidity pool gives. It gives that access. You know, it doesn't scare people away from the point of investment, and it allows people to do what they need to do. And the token still holds a really healthy, stable point.
100%, right? It prevent that crazy volatility, right? Because
Of
of the lack of LP, and so
course.
you want a chart like this, and I think looking at the chart here, I think it reflects that very healthy LP. So great job on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we kind of touch on a bit there on the future plans with the roadmap, with the entity and the QSoft entity that you guys are
Yeah.
building as well. Are there any other things on the roadmap you want to speak on, Lee?
Yeah, of course. So, as I touched on, we recently doxed 3 of the team members, board members, I may add, which included myself. What we will be doing is releasing more of the board members over the coming days. So, there's some really strong people in that spot, and when we release that, when we update the white paper, you won't have to go there now to look at some of the members that have joined and have doxed to see the skills, the technical ability, and the CV they bring to this. They're huge. So we will be doing that. We're moving forward. We're releasing more names and putting them over the next few days. And like I say, we're working on the regulated space. We're putting everything in place to make sure that can happen. You touched on sort of seeing how the technology works in the background. Although we can't allow anyone to use that tech currently, very soon we're going to enable people to see how it works. It will be a very exclusive group that gets to see it, that we'll discuss more about that, but we're going to show people how our tech works in the background for the financial institutions. So that's something that's coming really soon. And again, can't go into too much detail on it, but when we say we will be getting regulated, we'll be enabling our holders to access the technology. It won't just be something that you won't know what you're doing. You look at it and think, what the hell am I looking at? We're going to simplify that and make it very easy access for the holders that qualify to it. And let's just say maybe a really simple, easy to use dashboard where you manage your own risk and things like that. So loads coming. Check the roadmap out on the white paper. If it's there, we're going to do it, because if we say we're going to do it, we do it. So take a look, and there'll be a lot more detail to follow in the Telegram, on our socials. So keep your eye on that. We update every day. Genuinely, we put more updates in a day. We throw teasers in there. We engage with the community, and we start to get that buzz in. So get yourselves in there, and you'll hear a lot more.
Yeah, and I love the fact that you guys approach it with the institution first, right? Because I think that's crucial. So once this is opened up to your regular investors, and people is gonna look at it and say, if the institutions are embracing this technology, that says it all, right? And
Absolutely.
I think that's gonna really help you guys, propel to the next level. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna be one of the biggest step right there for you guys there, because I think having the institution embracing technology, now you open up to the regular investors, I think that's just going to blow up. There's no more argument whether the technology it works or not, right? I think you kind of solidify the technology there. So I think
Oh
that's a
yeah,
great approach.
and the tech works. Believe me, the tech works. That's why we're building and building and building. The tech is there's nothing out there that will beat it. It works.
Awesome. I think we pretty much cover everything there, Lee. What do you think?
Yeah, it's been great. We've gone through a lot. We spoke around where we were, where we've reached, and we've touched on it as much as we can in what's coming soon. So more than happy to sort of open up the floor to any questions that we've got within the group.
Yeah, sounds good. So I'm gonna go through the banner here. I'm gonna read some of the questions off here. A lot of these questions usually they do get answered in the AMA, but I want to go ahead and scope out a couple questions here.
Yeah, go for it.
What time is it over there, Lee?
It is 1:45 in the morning, so nearly 1
Oh
a.m.
my, wow,
Yeah.
wow.
So
Yeah, and
you
here
have to
you are.
forgive me if I look like I've been dug up. I'm
Oh
ready for
no,
bed.
the handsomest guys I've seen handsomest guy I've seen so far on video. So
We don't sleep at QuDefi. Genuinely, we do not sleep. Our founder, who people have probably met on a few different calls and chats, he doesn't sleep. We don't sleep, and we're just driving and a driving force. So we'll sleep when we're successful and when we deliver what we say we will.
all right. So the first questions here. Now, I think you may have the referral program. I don't know.
Correct.
But this person asked about the referral program, and I know we have not touched on that. Could you elaborate on that a bit, if there's one?
Yeah, absolutely. We've done a few different things in the community from the very start, like a couple of competitions or incentives with referrals. But there was a lot of questions in the community, a lot of a drive to this worked. Can we do this permanently? So what we've done is we've created a referral app. So what this app does, it allows you to connect, get yourself a link, and you can supply it to other people. And by doing that, you get a one-off payment, which is 10%. So if you refer someone and someone was to invest 100,000, you get a one-off payment of 10,000. That's a one-off. It's not recurring, and you can't keep using the same person to do the same. But let's be honest, 10,000 off a 100 grand investment, 1,000 off a 10 grand investment, it is still good. So the app is live. We're tweaking it to make sure it's as streamlined as possible. But everyone get on there. If you've got someone to introduce, go onto the app, join the Telegram. You'll see all the links to the referral app, also the revenue share app, and start getting yourself some returns in just from introducing people to the project.
And you guys can find it on the website there as well. And we put the social
Correct.
link after this. All right, now we touch on this, but I feel like this is an important topic to recap on.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, where did I find it here? How are the monthly USDT airdrops calculated and distributed to the token holders?
So, good question. Every day we take a snapshot of all the holders that hold QuDefi. There is a calculation that's on the website, and it's also on the revenue share app that will take you through it. But we take daily calculations, and it's worked out on minimal holding and actually what the value of the airdrop would be. So as long as the value of the airdrop to your wallet would be over $1 a day, then we will calculate that and it will be distributed to the end of the month. But it has to be over that dollar mark. So if it's 99 cents, it doesn't apply, but if it's $1 it does. And every single day we take those snapshots. So if out of the 30 days or 31 days in the month, 29 of those days you're above that threshold, you'll be distributed in USDT to your wallet automatically. At the moment, yes, we are doing it weekly. But moving forward, we'll change that to a monthly occurrence. But as long as you meet those requirements on a daily basis, when we take those snapshots, you'll receive the airdrop at the end of the month. But it is prorated over the month. So if you hold for 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, 8 days, obviously the longer you hold, the more benefit you'll receive. But we work out on a daily snapshot basis, which meets that minimum requirement. But you can see that calculation within the white paper on the website, and it will be available on the revenue share app. So it's very clear whether you qualify and what's needed to qualify for that.
Awesome. And it looks like I think Lee mentioned that the new white paper was just released like yesterday. And to be honest with you, I have
Correct.
not looked into that one yet. I will
Mm-hmm.
read it after this here. It's actually a very interesting project. All right. The next question from Angel here. She asked, how can I participate in the QuDefi's governance and decision making? Now, do you guys have a DAO?
No, so I'll be completely honest with you. We did have that sort of an idea around that at the start, and I think we probably, in one of the early versions of our white paper, mentioned a DAO. We're not completely striking off and saying we'll never create a DAO, but at the moment, it's not really in the roadmap. We're concentrating on the regulation, on being able to offer more products to the community. So we take everything on board from the community. You know, the referral app was a suggestion from the community. The revenue share app was a suggestion from the community. We really do listen. We really do engage. There is no DAO. We don't have a plan for one in the very near future. That doesn't mean to say we'll never do one. It's just not really something we're focusing on at the moment.
And I agree. I think not every project's I think warrants a DAO, right? I think
Hmm.
sometimes you need experts within their field of guiding the project, right? So I
Hmm.
think depending on the project. So I do not agree with the DAO uh,
Mm.
applying to every single project out there. So I think with this instant here, with you guys being an expert in your field, and being in the industry for this long, and I think a DAO could be. Now, I'm not saying not to take feedback, etc., from the
No, of
community, but I
course.
think to have full control of the DAO or the decision making, I think that could be troublesome as well. So just gonna
Yes.
be mindful of that as well. So
Exactly. You know, what we've created and the technology we're using, it's not your everyday tech. It's not your everyday stuff. So um, we have brought on some of the best people in the business onto the board. We've got the best out there. So I appreciate the DAO on the tech. It would have been something we could look at. Obviously, when we regulated, a DAO would be applicable. You'd have to keep that separate from a DAO on the token rather than a DAO when we're in the regulated space. But that's what brought all the best in the business into the board. We've released a few, and you'll see a lot more coming in. But you will, like I say, all you have to do is look at this, look at the CVs these people carry to see that you've got the best in the business looking after you.
100%. All right, so I'm gonna take the last question here, guys. I know there's a lot of questions there here still, but most of them already answered. But I'm gonna post the TG after this. You can more welcome to go over there, do research, and ask further over there. But the last question is, and I think this is actually we talk about your LP and your buyback, etc. But let's recap on this here. How
Mm-hmm.
does QuDefi handle periods of high market volatility?
So you've probably seen over the past 6 weeks, there's been a lot of volatility in the market. We really haven't suffered with that. You know, we're organic. We've been sharing our revenue. We're stable. You know, we've had some pullbacks, but we're paired with USDT. So we could have paired with ETH, we could have paired with Solana, we could have paired with whatever we wanted, but and you know, it could be beneficial, you know, with the volatility in those markets. But we paired with USDT. We'd rather peg to something that's got that stability. Yes, you don't move that quickly if you're holding those, and yes, you don't have that volatility, which sometimes you can benefit from, but you also don't have that volatility that sometimes can really damage your holding and damage you as a project. So we focused on USDT. We're sticking there. We protect our project, you know. So and that's how we deal with the volatility. We protect it by pairing with something that's stable, and we grow organically. So we don't. I say we don't worry. We're not that stupid that we don't worry about volatility in market. But it's not something that we have to worry about on a day-to-day basis. Look at the liquidity within the project. You know, look at the lock liquidity. Look at what's available there. We're good. We're stable. Of course, we'll keep our eye on that, but it's not something that's at the forefront of our minds with the worries that we've got going forward.
Yeah, well said. And the business model is it's actually you guys are earning external revenue stream, meaning that the project is not relying on the crypto project within the crypto project
Hmm.
itself. It's actually external revenue stream. So it doesn't matter
Yeah,
whether the chart goes up or down. You guys still get the reflections in USDT, right? That's
absolutely. Because
crucial.
it's traditional finance mixed with crypto. Whether or not the crypto market goes up or down, the institutions that are leasing our tech are still leasing our tech, and it's in the traditional space. So that doesn't affect us. Yeah, it's great if the markets are going up, but if they're a bit volatile, they're doing the funny thing that they do, we're still getting our revenue in for those lease deals, which in turn drops that USDT stable coin into people's wallets. So we're based on that. You know, we're a lot more stable than most out there.
Right, and kind of what Lee just mentioned there. You look at the market cap to the LP percent, right? You got 3 point something LP, and we discussed on that, right? So that prevents volatility. But you
Hmm.
look at that chart, zoom out. What volatility we have? What volatility at the chart right now, right? I mean, and the
Yeah.
market's been up and down, but I think this project here, you look at the chart. I mean, it's just been the trajectory on that is that it just keep going up there. Now, not
Hmm.
saying that there will be any dips, but the chart looks incredible, incredible.
Mm. There is dips, believe me. You only have to look through, and as soon as the dip lands, it's eaten up. Honestly, dips do come in. That there's opportunities there for people to still invest. You know, there's good entry points. Like I say, this is just the beginning. Um, it's they're healthy. Those pullbacks, those dips, they're healthy. It's an opportunity for more people to join the project. So we welcome them, you know, because as you can see, the trajectory of the project of the chart is like this. So that's normal for us. We'll take that. We enjoy it. Let's go.
Perfectly articulated, Lee. That was a great AMA. Like last time, you guys did a heck of a job, you know. And one thing that really excites me is that you guys bought out a regulated entity. I think you guys, I mean, for those listening, that's actually a huge steps. And
Hmm.
I think for the team to be here at Doxxed as well, and I think it's not very hard to see that. It's goal time for them. I mean, this is the beginning here. This is this is where everything begins now. So I can see that just from a based off my business experience. Uh, this team is not going anywhere. This is actually the thing very strategically, and the thing far and wide and long, and I love that.
Yeah, thank you. Like it was great the last time we joined you, and it's great now. We'd love to welcome you all into our Telegram, into our community, and bring you all along on the journey with us. Like you've just said, we're here for a long time. We're going to change the way everyone looks at the finance and centralized finance linked with traditional. We're bridging that gap. We'll keep doing that, and we're on. And let's go. So come along with us.
Awesome, Lee. Well, I'll tell you what, it's almost 1 or 2 a.m. for you. You perfectly articulated yourself like always. So again, I appreciate you being here, and I look forward to see the third update. And I know the third one is going to be huge.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's run it back in a few weeks, and let's see where we are there. And we look forward to it, guys. So thank you again for having us. And like I say, come and join us in the Telegram.
Awesome, and I won't hold you any longer, Lee. I appreciate you again, and you have a good night. And we will do a giveaway from now on, but you don't have to be here.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Take care, everyone, and look forward to seeing the groups. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, guys. Well, that was a perfectly articulated AMA concerning. It's 1 a.m. for Lee over there. I don't know how he does it. I'll be dead tired. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, for me, it's only 1 p.m. and I'm already on my second cup of coffee. So, but yeah, I mean, the project is incredible, and they're doing a heck of a job. From my perspective on it, for them to dox and also to buy out this entity, I think that's huge, right? Now you got to take in considerations that they already generated over 80K of revenue, external revenue, which is crucial. External, that's the keyword, and that's being distributed back to the community now once they open up to everyone. So not only that, but I think once they open up technology to everybody, and I think because the institution, they have validated themselves with the institution, that's going to bring a lot of value, right? A lot of trust to the regular investors as well to use the technology. So I think the strategy is actually on point, everything they've done so far. But with that being said, not everything's financial. Everything on here is not financial advice. Always do your research, all right? We do have a little investment in the project, but again, that's just our opinion on the project. So I'm gonna go down here, and I'm gonna just pick a random winner here. Okay, AMR Shaw. We like to give $15 for a listener, and after this, when we open up the room, we have 147 people left. I'll open up the room. I'm gonna pin the TG. Okay, make sure you guys join the TG. Johnny or Mike will go there, pick one winner, give a feedback on an AMA, but do not spam the room, please. I'm not sure why on the last banner, guys, we somehow we put the wrong TG on there. It was QuDefi, but apparently it was one of the scam room. So I'll talk to my team again to ensure that it does not happen again. I don't know how that happened, but it kind of slipped through, right? And we all been there. Somehow they add us to the wrong room, and we just thought that it was actually the right room, which is crazy. But yeah, be careful with that. Turn off your setting, and I'll have a meeting with my team again to make sure that will never happen again. And we'll double check everything going forward to ensure that there will be no more just wrong link posting on our banner. So I appreciate somebody brought it up to me, but that should never happen to begin with. But 1 out to 200, okay? Random number, 5 guesses only just for fun, and you guys will win another $10 or 15. Let me grab. So AMR Shah, congratulations. Let me grab your username really quick here. So, all right. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for being here, like always. I think that was a great AMA. Our team is very strategic. Yeah, I mean, really like what they're doing over there, especially with the technology. I think if that's proven and validated, I think we all can benefit from the technology there for sure. Okay, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys all being here again, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.